Jim Norton is not a doctor. He's not an expert. He's not even a good person. The views, opinions, advice, and humor of Jim Norton does not reflect those of any doctor, of SiriusXM, of Opie Radio, or anyone else. They are solely those of Jim Norton, Lyle Chipperson, Edgar Mellencamp, Paul Hargis, and whoever else lives in that chinless head of his. If any of this advice goes wrong, you are the asshole who called a comedian instead of a doctor.
An icon in comedy, a fighter for freedoms, an accomplished entertainer, and a pervert. You've got problems, he's got problems. You've got questions, he's got answers, some of which are good. Call now, 866-WOW-1-WOW. That's 866-969-1969. This is the Jim Norton Show.
Good afternoon. I'm here in my apartment as I usually am when I do this show. And I'm feeling like I got nothing done today. It's one of those weird lethargic feelings. Like I've been talking about this chip animation. And it's almost done. Episode 1 is almost done. It's not going to be long. It's only going to be a few minutes. It's... there's getting the characters down, there's sound editing, and there's, it's a whole thing of back and forth, and I have to describe what the behaviors are. So the first one's going to be the hardest, because this gives the animators, they have nothing to go on. They don't know how I envision it. So I have to pay people who are a part of that, like the actors, and literally it's $100 a pop, because it's SAG New Media. It's very cheap. So I have to write these checks, and I haven't written them. It's like no one is bugging me for it because it's such low money, but it's like these little things in life that you got to get done, and you find yourself just sitting there staring at your computer screen. And I got an email from Time, and they asked me, did I want to address the Amy Schumer situation? And we talked about it a little bit on the air this morning. And I'm thinking, like, do I have anything to write that I haven't said already? I mean, for her to be called a racist it's utter idiocy. Everyone knows that. She apologized. I certainly don't think she needed to. She didn't do anything wrong. I don't know if she did it because she feels like genuinely remorseful, or does she feel like, God, why does this have to happen now? I really don't know. I haven't spoken to her. But I got an email from, some of you guys are so smart and so dumb. I got an email from a guy asking me, why am I not killing her the way I've killed other people? And on Twitter, I was arguing with some guy. It's like, I never bashed Tracy Morgan. I never bashed Daniel Tosh. If you're going to quote me, at least just quote me accurately. I always bash the people asking for the apologies, and I specifically said about Tracy and Daniel that I might apologize under those circumstances. It's easy to say with no money at stake that I wouldn't. So it's just very frustrating how people hear what they want to hear. Let's see here. Mark in Maryland hasn't had a girlfriend in a while. What's up, Mark?
Hey, buddy. How's it going, Jim?
Good. What's going on?
So, I'm 22, haven't had a girlfriend in probably since high school, and I'm worried, like, my parents, my family, and everyone around me thinks I'm gay.
Oh, man, I feel like I'm having this discussion in my head, but for other reasons. Let's see. You're worried that they're going to think you're gay. First of all, are you gay?
I'm attracted to girls. I mean, I've never thought about fucking a dude.
Okay, so then you're probably not gay. So why do you care that they will think that? I
don't know. I don't know why in my head, but I feel like they think I'm gay.
Have they said anything to indicate that?
They've made like subtle hints.
Well, if you're not gay, I mean that's like I'm worried my parents are going to think I'm a softball player. But you're not. You're a construction worker. Oh, okay. Like who cares if they think that? If your family is dumb enough to brand your sexuality a certain way just because you haven't had a girlfriend, or impatient enough, then I think that, that's their problem. So I don't think you did anything wrong, and why don't rush it? Who cares if they think that? You're not.
Cool. Thanks, man. I really need to hear that.
Yeah, and even if you were, who cares? Just fucking grab a dick and pop it in between your cheek and gum like a pinch of skull tobacco and knock yourself out. Gives a shit. Have fun.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, man. Good luck. Sam in New York. Is this my pal, Sam, from the morning? Hi, Sam. I miss you. Aren't you on the road? What's up, buddy? What's up, cocksucker?
Hey
Salmon brand muffins.
Hey, Jim.
Oh, different Sam. Hi.
Hi. Yeah, so I'm kind of in the same boat as the last caller. I'm 25, and I haven't had sex since I was 18. And I don't really know where to start. I'm a musician, and I play guitar and I sing, and that's kind of how I got laid in the first place. Like a woman kind of just like threw herself at me.
How do you not get laid playing? Dude, how do you not get laid playing guitar and singing? What's your big hit song? I've got AIDS and I've got AIDS. How do you not get laid being a guitar player? Come on, dude.
I know it's pretty pathetic, man.
Well, no, it's not pathetic. Are you shy? Are you just not approaching? A lot of women might be scared to talk to you because you're a performer. They might not know that you're available.
Right. I mean, I get to a point where like I just get awkward. I don't know what to say. I don't know. Like I never know how to make it known that I'm like interested. I don't know. People are like, oh, go to bars, get drunk. I hate drinking. I don't really know.
You know what you got to do sometimes? You especially if you do a show somewhere, sometimes what you got to do is realize, are you on Tinder? Tinder's pretty cool.
I am on Tinder, and not like I'll message girls, and I just I usually get like one response, and then they just stop answering. I don't even know.
I don't get too many either, but try a few of those different. There's one called Happen, HAPPN, which is pretty good. There's a few different ones you should try. You might be a little bit less shy on that. But you know what I do sometimes? Like if I want to meet somebody, like recently there was a broker who I wanted to meet. I went and looked at an apartment and she was really cute. And I didn't want to make her uncomfortable in front of the broker I was with. So I said, I want to ask her just to go eat something. So I sent her an email and said, hey, look, I would love to take you out for coffee, blah, blah, blah. And I knew it was going to be a little awkward and I knew she wouldn't want to. And I never heard back from her. But I feel like, fuck it, at least I got it off my chest. Like I did it. I asked her. Sometimes you just got to ask and risk the embarrassment. Had she and I just been alone, I would have asked her. But I didn't want to make her uncomfortable. So try to ask women, like, not in front of 50 people, but realize that most of them will say no. And it's okay. You're playing a numbers game, but once you ask a girl and she's like, nah, I don't think I will, thank you. Then you'll be like, all right, fuck it. And you get it off your chest. Sometimes you just got to get it out of your system.
Definitely, yeah. It's definitely. I think a lot of it is just like a fear of failure that I can't. Not that I can't, but I just haven't gotten over.
Oh, without a doubt, dude. It's an irrational fear, though, because we all get shot down. Even a man of my ilk, who you'd look at and go, Jim, you got the looks, you got the style, you got the talent. How are you not drowning in puss? I know I'm scared, too, man. We're all scared.
Right. No, I need to hear that, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. Bye.
All right, good.
Let's go to Corey in Georgia.
Hey, what's going on, Jimmy?
Hey, what's up?
Not much, man. Hey, big fan, long-time listener. Hey, long story short, I've been with my wife for 11 years, and actually after 5 years, we got divorced. We're apart for a year, give or take. I actually left, had an affair. Then we remarried, got back together, and been back for about 5 years. And about 8 months ago, she came to me and told me that she had an affair. We start therapy, go through all the motions there, then find out it was all made up.
Oh, she was just trying to get back at you?
Yeah.
Are you sure she was trying to get back at you and she didn't actually have the affair?
That, man, I don't know, because there's just been such a slew and string of lies after lie for the past several months.
What do you think?
Yeah, my gut tells me yeah.
Okay. Because if she lied just to hurt you because you hurt her, that's understandable. But if she had the affair and then lied about it after confessing it, that's kind of dangerous because she might still be doing it. Do you check her phone and her email and all that stuff?
Oh, all the time. I found just some text probably 6 weeks ago from a number I didn't know, and Googled it and all that, found out who the guy was, confronted her about it, and of course she lied about it. So,
well, what'd she say?
That it was just a friend from one of our kids' sporting events and all that, and I mean, there's just a bunch of other crap too. I mean, she'll go out and not tell me where she's going, then lie about where she's been, not come home till like 3 or 4 in the morning. Well,
if she's lying to you, then you're with someone who's lying a lot. So she's probably, is she a compulsive liar?
I think she is now, definitely. I mean, most definitely.
You cheated on her and then she cheated to get back to you. But, if you're in therapy, maybe you give her the ultimatum that, like, if you don't stop lying, I'm going to leave. Does your therapist think she's lying too?
He really won't say one way or the other.
Oh, right.
But, I gave her that ultimatum during our last therapy session, and now she refuses to go back, so.
Well, if you think she's lying to you all the time, do you really want to be involved with someone who's compulsively lying? I mean, again, if you both did some shitty things to each other, that could probably be forgiven. You had an affair, she had an affair, like maybe you both need whatever, you know what I mean? It's like you can get over that shit, even though it sucks. But if she's still carrying on and coming back at 3 a.m. and not answering, dude, your gut is probably right.
All right.
You know
That's
what I
what
mean?
I think. All right, man. Appreciate it, brother.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
All right, bye.
Yeah, that's kind of shitty. If you think someone is out there cheating on you and lying compulsively, like look at Florentine. Look what just happened to my buddy Florentine, and I've talked about this a lot. Is that you know, I know Jim for a long time. He was a guy on the road who would always get laid. Like, you know what I mean? He just really was the guy. Women liked him. They thought he was funny and charming. And then he gets involved with this girl. He gets married, and he's literally not cheating on her. And I remember being in the car with him going, how are you not fucking other people? Like, you know, she was a pretty girl, but I just knowing Jim, and he was legitimately, he said, like, I don't know, man, I got a family, I don't want to fuck it up, and it's not bad. You know, like, I know the guy well enough to know that he absolutely would have told me. And then it turns out that she's had affairs on him or whatever, and she was seeing this guy who turns out to be a 22-year-old guy who wants to be a cop, and then there's private investigators hired, and they catch her, and it turns out she was lying about a lot of shit, you know. And Jim wanted her, you know, I think Jim, the guy agreed to not see, what I've been told is that the guy agreed to not see his wife anymore. And then the guy continued seeing her. I think that really made Jim mad because he doesn't want this guy around his kid. I don't think like, how would you feel if some guy is fucking your wife? Bad enough. Now you're going to get a divorce. That's it. You know, he ended the marriage immediately. Jim's not a cuck. And then you find out the guy's seeing her again and your kid is seeing this guy. So this guy was trying to become a cop, and from what I've never seen these photos, but from what I've been told, and I can only speculate like that third-hand information, there was photos of them or allegations that they hooked up in a car, which is technically public lewdness. So Jim wants this guy to get in trouble for that because, you know, he's going to be a cop and he's doing something illegal. So, you know, I don't blame Jim at all. But that just hurts, man. When there's an affair, if one person had the affair and the other one didn't, I think that's even worse than both of you doing it. Sorry, I'm going off on tangents today. Let's see. John in Connecticut, a private eye. Perfect. I didn't even see your call. What's up, buddy?
Oh, hey, Jim.
How you doing, man?
I'm a private investigator, and I catch cheating wives and husbands for a living. And
okay.
I just wanted to give some advice. I mean, I've been doing this for 12 years, and you know, without trust, there is no such thing as love.
Right.
And this guy that just called a minute ago, if you ever have to check your wife's phone or go to any extent where you don't trust her, it's time for the breakup.
Well, it could also be your insecurity, though, because I've not trusted women that I should have trusted. Because a lot of times men, we think that women, like, because it's hard for us to be friends with women and them not to fuck them, we automatically assume that women have our mentality. And there's been plenty of times, man, it was just my paranoia and my insecurity.
And you know where that comes from? It's called transference. Have you ever cheated on a girlfriend or anything like that before in your life?
Oh, yeah.
Well, see, it's called transference. It's a Freud theory that when you've already done it yourself, when you've already cheated yourself, you know that somebody you love could be doing the same thing. Not necessarily the person you're loving right now, but the person that you're with in the future.
Right, well, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't mean the marriage is over because it could just be that you're fucked up and you've been fucked up and you think that they are. So what is your advice to catch them, though? You have some good advice for catching them?
Yeah, as far as catching them, there is what you can actually do is there's tracking devices that you can put on the bottom of a car as long as you own the car. But the best idea is to get a cell phone. Now, let's say the kid has a car seat. You put the cell phone on underneath the car seat, and you track the GPS by phone, like the Find My iPhone app. And then you can see where the person is at all times from your phone.
Okay.
And you can also with that app, you can also see every 3 seconds as far as where they go. There's also a way where you can check to see with credit card receipts and stuff like that, cash receipts. And, you know, if somebody's going out late at night and they're not coming home all of a sudden until like 2 a.m. and they had the ladies' night out, like, I'll tell you what, women cheat a lot more than men. I've been in this industry for 12 years because it's easier for a woman to cheat. A woman can go to a bar, meet a guy, have sex with him, go back to the bar, meet her girlfriends where she is all night, and the husband never knows. But guys have to wine and dine.
Right.
And guys have to try. And it's not a normal feeling for a guy when he's in a relationship to try and cheat. It's when you're in a relationship, it's hard to cheat. You don't get the same amount of girls as you did when you were single.
Well, I think that men, look, I mean, we love to cheat. Let's be real honest here. It's not just, we love it.
I mean, yeah, cheating is,
How else can you catch people? Sorry to interrupt you. How else can you catch people besides the cell phone advice is good advice. What else can you do?
Besides the cell phone, you can check their text messages through the computer, so you don't necessarily have to look through their phone.
Well, that's only if it's synced up, like on an iPhone. Like if it's synced up a certain way through iTunes or iCloud.
Yeah, but not only that, you can do it in other ways. There's apps for it. But there's a great one called SpyCam, and what happens is when you're actually, I use it a lot when I'm at a bar and I'm trying to videotape somebody. What you do is the whole screen goes black, and you can videotape people doing whatever they're doing, and nobody realizes on the other that's behind you that you're videotaping anybody.
Oh wow, okay.
So that's a great one. But as far as I gotta tell you, Jim, you've done a lot of irregular things in your life.
Yes, I
know you're looking for just sexually, and I know you're looking for that perfect person. I know you've been on Tinder and done these things, but what I don't understand is how do people not equate? Oh my God, that's Jim Norton from Opie and Jimmy. Like, how do they not go? Oh, I'll date him.
Some do, but a lot don't care. People are not it's not like years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, people saw a performer. It doesn't mean as much anymore. Because again, there's so many accesses to fame and like you could talk to any true celebrity through Twitter. You can get Seinfeld to read your tweet, even if he doesn't respond. You can get him to at least look at you in his @mensch. So it's not as big a deal for them to see, oh, that's a comedian I know from the radio. They don't give a fuck. And some of them don't know who I am, and some do, and I've talked to them. Like, it's been a very mixed bag, but I don't think I've fucked anyone from Tinder. I've just met a few people and had coffee, and it's actually kind of fun. It's easy to shit on it and knock it, but it's kind of cool to, like, these dating apps are really fun, and they're a great way to just to meet people without standing in a bar.
I recently found my soulmate on Match.com. I'm not trying to promote any kind of website.
Sure. No, I understand.
That one you pay for. Tinder, you don't. Tinder, there's about 1 million guys to every one girl because they're all trying to. But with the other site you pay for, it's a lot equaler. But there's also one called Ashley Madison.
Oh yeah, for cheating, yeah.
That's specifically for people that are engaged or married or whatever that are looking for a flame. And there's also one where you can bid on girls, where you can bid on a girl and she'll go out and date with you. And it's basically a prostitution website.
Oh, okay.
So, and there's little ways that when you're checking, and you can go into somebody's computer, you could check their history of their internet history. And what's cool is that sometimes if they leave their YouTube account up, you can then go from YouTube to Gmail because they're synced together. So,
all right, buddy. I gotta let you go because we get a lot of calls, but there's some really good advice there. And hey, if anyone who thinks their spouse is cheating, do that.
Yeah. Hey, Jim, I really love you, man.
Thank you, buddy. Thanks for the call.
15 years clean sober.
Oh, cool, man. Good for you. Congratulations.
Hey, thanks. I'll talk to you later.
All right, pal. Let's see here. Tim in California. What's up, man?
Is that me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, it's Sam, actually.
Oh, okay. Hi, Sam.
Hi. I can't believe I'm speaking to the James Norton.
Oh, Sam. I'm an easy boy. What's going on?
Well, I'm a silly goose, too.
I'll say you are.
I was in a relationship, and she cheated on me with my best friend at the time, and I kind of shut both of them out of my life for a long time.
How long ago?
About 8 years ago.
And how long did they cheat for?
Oh, I would say probably a couple of months. I caught them, and then they continued to do it after I dumped her.
Oof. How'd you catch them?
Well, we were all living in the same apartment, and I full-on walked into them in the next room. So I was, next door, literally. So I walked in on them having sex and shut them both out of my life, but I'm starting to kind of become friends with my best friend again. And I just kind of wanted to know if you thought that was something that is a normal thing, or if I'm kind of just getting over the fact that they did that stuff to me, or if I'm a cuckold.
How do you? Nah, you're not a cuckold. How do you feel about it? Like, meaning, like, I don't know if I could. How long were you with the girl when they cheated?
2 years.
That's kind of rough, and that's really deceptive of your friend to do. That's really deceptive of your buddy to do, especially if it's a one night and they got drunk and they fuck up. That's different.
Yeah.
But if they, it's on. But if you're willing to forgive him and be friends with him, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But
I just, because everybody knew about it. It's just I come from a very small community, so I figured like I didn't want to be an idiot because I'm friends with this guy that totally fucked me over.
Has he apologized?
Oh, immensely. But we haven't really brought it up in recent times. It's kind of a taboo subject. I don't really ever bring up. We talk about relationships and girls all the time, but when it comes to that girl, I never mention her.
Why not? He's fucked you over. You didn't fuck him over.
So you're saying I should just be I should be playing on him a little bit, maybe to lose some attention?
Is it bothering you at all?
Not anymore. It did for years, though.
Okay.
For a long, long time.
You know what? If it's not bothering you, and you can be friends with this guy and say maybe he's changed, that's, hey, look, man, I don't know if I could do it, but if you could do it, that's nothing wrong with that. Like, I could never fuck Bob's wife or Opie's wife or Florentine's wife, or I just couldn't do it with a friend. My wiring is not like that. So I would have to question anybody that could do that, especially more than once. I just can't comprehend it. I told you, honestly, I lived with Jim and his girlfriend years ago, and she was really a hot stripper. I could not even put her in fantasies when I jerked off. I felt guilty because it was my friend, and I just couldn't do it. So that to me should be a warning sign with a friend. If you're comfortable, dude, there's nothing wrong with it. As long,
Yeah, I've kind of just written him off as he's kind of a hoser. He's a ladies' man, and that's kind of the way he was always been, and that's the way he's wired. And I kind of just have accepted him for who he is, and whatever. So anyway, that's all I got.
All right, man. Good luck. Hey, it seems like you're handling it fine. That's cool.
And I love Valley Jim.
Oh my God, you're such a grody man. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Yeah, whatever. Let's see, Doug in Nevada. This is every guy wishes he had this problem. What's up, Doug?
Hey, Jim. What's going on, man?
How are you?
Man, if that happened to me, man, they'd be my friend and my woman would be making love back in the trunk of a Buick in the bottom of a lake somewhere. But no, my question is, I don't, think this is kind of a big deal, but it kind of bothers me that my parents never call me. You know what I mean? Like, my mom, I call her from time to time. I talk more with my dad than my mom. But, I feel like if I never call these people, they would never, ever call me. Like, I could be dead 5-10 years ago, and they would probably still never know. Because they just don't contact me. Like, just to say what...
Hello? They probably do call, but his phone disconnects. That's the problem. It's not your family. It's your shitty connection. But what he's basically saying is he has to call them. So you don't have to call back, man. I think I'll just answer your question if I can. It's frustrating when you always have to reach out to somebody. So what you have to be willing to do is this. There's three things. A, talk to them about it and go, look, I feel like I reach out. If you've done that and it didn't work. B, continue reaching out because this is the pattern you've established. So they want to talk to you, but they just know that you're going to reach out. Or C, not reach out and realize you're not going to talk to them for a while until they contact you. So a lot of times I'll just stop reaching out to people because I want them to reach back to me. And sometimes they don't, and then other times they do. Hey, where you been? So realize that you've been a part of that pattern. And fuck it, man. Like, just don't reach out to him, for a while. Realize you won't talk to him for a bit. And, but I know that kind of hurts your feelings. There's some people I try to talk to that just don't really want to be involved with talking to me. And it's not that they hate me or they don't like me, but they're just a little disinterested. So I don't know, what to tell you about that. But I would say give it a little time. Just don't contact them. Mike in Boston. What's up, Mikey?
Well, nobody calls me. Shut up.
Hey, Mike.
Hold on, Jim Norton.
Hey, buddy.
So, okay, so I don't really know where to start, but, okay, so I was dating this girl for 3 years, okay? She was a lesbian when I first met her, and I knew she was a lesbian, but she was fucking hot. She was cool as shit. I have a kid. I mean, she was awesome with my kid. Everything, all the stars aligned, whatever, all right? So we went on a date. We fucked the first night, and I believe the first night she gave me chlamydia, okay?
Wow.
Right, okay, so listen. So after that, I still kept talking to her. And I called her and I said, hey, listen, I said, I noticed because my dick started burning and, that was the first disease I've ever had. Sure. So I called her up. I said, hey, listen, I said, you gave me chlamydia, blah, blah, blah. I was willing to look past it. I don't even know why I did, but I did. And then a couple months down the line, I found out that she was lying about her age.
How old was she?
How old was she? She was 20, and she was saying that she was 23. And I found out because we went into a bar, and they carded her. They carded her, and they said, wait, this isn't you. And I turned around. We both looked at each other, and she knew she was fucked.
Okay.
So those both happened, and then we ended up having the kid together, okay? Right after the kid came, we went through some shit. And I was going through a prescription medication issue that I am now under control. But anyway, she split. So I'm kind of wondering on a different perspective, what do you think?
You think she might have used you to have a kid?
Absolutely.
Well,
that's what I'm thinking now because I haven't even talked to her since we split, and it's been almost 2 months now.
Okay. Now, do you have any contact with the kid, or is she still just pregnant?
Nothing.
Well, do you want contact with the kid?
Of course I do. Of course.
Well, then you may have to go to court for that. But, I mean, you should be entitled to contact with the kid.
Yeah.
So, sorry, guys, that's my home phone ringing. It happens once in a while. No, I can't reach it from here. And it's always these fucking auto insurance companies. Your auto insurance is about to run out. Go fuck yourself. I hate these companies. And you tell them to put you... You tell them to put you on the block list, and they don't, the do not call list. So, yeah, man, I would say you might have to take that one up in the courts. You know what I mean? If you want to see the kid, I can't speak to her motives, but if you want to see the kid, you have every right to, and she'll eventually come after you for money. So you might as well be in the kid's life.
That's what I'm going to do, but do you think that she used me to have a kid because before she was a lesbian, and now she has her kid, she has what she wants, and she said, fuck it?
It's very possible, but I can't say that definitively, obviously, because I don't know her. So possibly she may have thought she was in love with you. Or you know what I mean? Who knows what the fuck she was thinking? But it's unfair for me to say, yeah, she did, but maybe she just did and then stopped liking you. Or maybe she used you totally, or maybe she was confused. It might not have been as dubious as, using you. I don't know. Right. All right? So, but I would definitely say take up court if you want to see your kid. Don't wait too long either.
You're the man, Jim.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
Later.
All right, let's see here. Aaron on the road. What's up, pal?
Hey, Jim. I was calling. I'm having a little issue with my girlfriend. I wanted to get engaged to her.
How long you with her?
I got a ring, everything like that.
Well, hold on, buddy. How long you with her?
What's that?
I'm sorry to interrupt you. How long are you with her?
I've been with her about 9 months.
Okay.
And everything's going great. We live together, everything like that. But her dad feels that it might be too early, rushing into it, just because I actually just recently got sober, maybe about 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
A month ago. So I've been kind of working through that, but honestly, our relationship has gotten so much better since I've gotten sober. And, I just wanted to get your advice, see what you think about, how to go about this.
You know what, man? 3 weeks sober is really new, and that's very early in sobriety to be getting married. Maybe the girl's father has a point. Like, if it's a real relationship, dude, and it's meant to be, make sure 100% that you're really looking to get married and not take a hostage. Like, if you need to rush it, you might want to question why do you need to possess her this fast? Like, why not just give it a little time, and if it's meant to be and you guys are a great couple, you'll get married in 6 months or in a year. There's no rush. I think in this one, even though technically it's not the father's ability to stop you, but maybe he's actually giving his accurate advice.
Okay.
Okay,
All right,
so
that
I would
sounds
just
good.
say be
Hey, thanks,
patient. Keep being sober. Your life's going to get better. Just keep doing the best you can, man, and don't rush.
All right, sounds good, Jim. Hey, thanks a lot. I really enjoy you on the Opie and Jim show.
Thank you very much, buddy.
Have a good one.
All right, Rob in New Jersey. What are you stealing from New Jersey? Fucking home run Chipperson. What's up, Rob?
Are you fucking kidding me?
What's going on?
Not much. Hey, listen, I got a question for you. So the other day, I turn on the radio, I'm flipping through, and I get to this channel where this person who's on the radio is telling me that they're just talking about how they're the last professional broadcaster, and then I go on to listen to pure idiocy. So I was just wondering, what are the qualifications to become a professional broadcaster?
The last professional broadcaster? Who said that?
I mean, I to be honest with you, I don't recall. I think he has an extremely large afro, and you might be friends with him. But
did Anthony say that?
No, I was actually primetime Sam Roberts.
Oh, how funny is that? Oh God, it's funny. Afro, I pick Anthony.
I know.
That either means that I forgot that Anthony's hair is not an afro anymore, or I don't look at Sam as a friend. Well, Sam is kidding, obviously. He's being sarcastic. What are the qualifications to become a broadcaster? Dude, I don't know. It's changed so much. Years ago, it was doing stuff the way, crossing the T's and dotting the I's. It was, traffic on the 8s and ba-ba-ba and ba-ba-ba and welcome aboard and hitting the post. It was different. And then I think talk kind of changed that. And I don't know what the qualifications are. I know I don't have them. I really don't. I think I'm funny and I'm a pretty fast thinker, but I know I'm not qualified to be a professional broadcaster. I don't know. That's a good question.
I mean, because I've been listening to you guys forever, listen to Opie and Anthony forever,
Sure.
Before you came along, and it's never been I never even saw them like that. I don't even understand what a professional broadcaster would be. I guess would it be just someone that would be reporting news?
Professional. No, you could be doing music. It could be like Todd Pettengill, as much as we've teased him in the past, or Scott Shannon. He's a professional broadcaster. Don Imus is a professional broadcaster. Stern's a professional broadcaster. I mean, obviously, Opie
what
is.
makes him a broadcast? That's what I don't. I don't mean to cut, but that's what I don't get. It's like you just talk. I don't know.
It's not.
I always wanted to get into that, but I don't know if I.
It's not as easy as you think. It's not as easy as you think to talk and to make concise points and to be interesting. Like Art Bell is one of the best professional broadcasters ever. Because he could take a topic, right? And he could stretch it out for 4 hours with a guy on the phone and then tease it every time to keep you through commercials. I think being a professional broadcaster means different things to different people. But, what makes it's like people's willingness to listen to you. Is Mark Maron a professional broadcaster? I guess he is, because people love this motherfucker. And he's good. He has a great podcast. So you know what? All of a sudden, he's a professional broadcaster. Was he when he first started this podcast? Maybe not. But I think he's more qualified than a lot of guys that have been doing radio for 20 years. Why? Because people want to hear what he says. People are enjoying Mark Maron's podcast. So that to me is a professional broadcaster, other than some guy that, again, dots the I's and crosses the T's. So I think that the idea of it has changed. And, Denny Falcone could give you a wonderful definition. But I'm teasing him. But he really could. Denny could give you a definition which works for a lot of people. Doesn't necessarily work for me. But, some guys who are professional broadcasters are very, very interesting. And other guys not so much. So I don't know if that helps.
You don't consider yourself a professional. You and Opie, and when Anthony was on the show, you guys don't consider yourselves.
Yes, I do by the standards of people like us and listen to us. I don't by the standards of we went to radio broadcasting school and do it by the books.
Yeah, I mean, the best shows you guys have are the ones with no schedule. No nothing. You just come in and you just start talking, and all of a sudden it's 3-4 hours later I'm on the road, and then that's captivating without hitting a point or talking about anything in particular. For me, I don't know. It's a lot of other people too.
Yeah, thank you very much. But that's exactly what it is. I think because we had the ability to talk and keep people listening. I guess so, but just not by traditional standards. Thank you for the call very much.
All right, take care, Jim.
All right. Jason in Boston wants to know where I get off. What's up, Jason?
I don't want to really come off like that, but I just wanted to know, do you think society has really turned for the worse when they have people calling you for advice?
100%. It has turned for worse.
I'm a huge fan of yours. I'm not. It wasn't to be a negative phone call.
No, that's fine. Dude. Thank you.
Huge fan, and I just was having a laugh at all these people that are calling Jim Norton for advice.
Well, you know what? Here's why I think people do, and this is why. And again, because first of all, I try to be real honest about what I don't know. Like, what the fuck qualifies like Dr. Laura? And I know Dr. Phil, as much as I've shit on him. Look, he's a smart guy. He's an amazing speaker. He's an amazing, soothing talker. He asks good questions. But it's like, you know what? All you can do, I think that giving your personal experience and sharing your experiences with people is the best advice I ever got was from people who told me about themselves and their own flaws. So maybe that's why people feel comfortable. I mean, look, how many people do you know that have confessed to, look, I've been bashing all these celebrities in my act who are praising Caitlyn Jenner, but none of them are admitting fucking transsexuals. Well, I've admitted it many times. No one gives a shit because I wasn't caught doing it. I owned up to it. So I think people know that they're not going to be judged calling this show, and they also know that I'm an ass and I can laugh at myself. So that's to me the best answer I can give you.
That's awesome, dude. No, listen, I wish you, a million times more success in your career, and I hope one day soon you become on the level, or if not surpass the level of Howard Stern. I mean, you're truly amazing. You're totally funny. And
I don't see that happening, but thank you very much. Howard's like an institution.
I hope so.
We're doing well. Jim. Thanks, pal. Guy like Stern, though, in all honesty, you have to. Here's what I would sit down and talk to Howard Stern about if I had the option. His business sense. Like, he has the ability to get himself inserted into news stories, and the way he will always position himself intelligently in a contract negotiation, like all that stuff. The ability to kind of navigate the changing media. It's just a smart fucking business guy. I mean, that's, the interview questions, that's just kind of intuition. You ask people, you have a feel for it. It's like throwing jabs at people. You know what I mean? Like you pepper a jab at the chin and they get out of the way, but then you just kind of throw one at the ribs. That to me makes you a great interviewer. But it's the other stuff that I really respect a lot. Anyway, I'm yapping here. Let's see here. Sarah in Missouri. Oh my God, a girl. Hello, Sarah.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Good, baby. How are you?
I'm doing well. I had a problem I was hoping you could help me out with.
Of course I can. I have wisdom. What's up?
So, to make a long story short, I'm from a small town. I was not very rich. My parents were teen parents, and I went to a Catholic school full of very rich kids. So, I always felt inferior because I was a minority and poor. And the only thing that made me kind of stand out was that, guys wanted to do me, basically. That was the attention I got. So, that was the attention that, I got what I could. And
you slept around a lot?
Yeah, I slept around a lot, especially from a very young age. Okay. And, I would drink from a young age. And so, that's what I did to, make friends. What I thought I was making friends. But as I got older, I realized that wasn't the case. But I met my fiance, or my husband now, but he proposed to me when I was 20 years old. So at the time I was still kind of in that party girl, attention seeking, wearing, very attention seeking clothes, all that stuff. And long story short, I would get blackout drunk and do some pretty terrible things. Not really behind his back, just things I would wake up and I would, go into an immediate shame spiral about. And,
sure.
I was very honest about it with him and my friends, and I would say, I messed up last night. This is what I did. And it happened, once or twice. And some other things that I really don't remember happening, but people kind of told me happened.
Right.
And, I grew up, I think I hit a spot when I was 23 where I just really hated myself. And my husband is such a good person, and everyone loves him. But now I feel like I just built up this reputation in my hometown, and we're both from that place. And anytime anybody wants me to go back there, or anytime there's a holiday, I just have this terrible panic and anxiety because I can just feel everybody looking at me and saying, oh, God, I can't believe he's still with her. She's such a slut. She's a terrible person. And even though I've changed a ton, but I have this panic and fear that everyone is thinking that about me, no matter what. I could look at somebody that I've never met before in my hometown and think that that's what they're thinking.
Yeah, you feel like the little coming home. It brings back all those old memories and tapes. Well, it really is. Part of it might be self-centered, like you think that they're all thinking, and part of you might be right. Maybe they do remember you like that. But if they do, it's almost like if you've ever gotten arrested or if you ever got busted drunk. Like if they do, it's beyond your control. So all you can do is be who you are now. And fuck them if that's all they think of you. The secret joy is that you're not that person anymore, and your husband knows everything. So if he's okay with it, you should be okay with it, and then just realize that, look, you made some mistakes in your life, and sometimes I'll look at it like there's nice girls, right, who I've wanted to ask out, but I've talked so much about being a pig and prostitutes and transsexuals. And I'm not saying that they're all bad things. I'm not saying transsexuals are bad or prostitutes are bad, but a lot of prospective girlfriends don't want to know that you've done that stuff. It's just, you know what I mean? It bothers them. Yeah. So I have to realize that is, as they say, the cost of doing business. That's the price I pay for having been Jim Norton all these years and choosing to talk about it. The price you pay for being Sarah and having done these things, and then, hey, people may look at you different than they would have if you didn't. And it's a price you could live with. It's just, you know what I mean? Sometimes we do things in our past and they just come back to haunt us, and other times they just kind of linger in the air like smoke. But fuck it, you don't do them anymore, and let them look at you and think of that if they want to. It's not relevant to your life at all. It's not, technically I was told what people think about me is none of my business. So fuck them if they're thinking that, as long as they treat you right.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to get in that mindset where they don't have anything to do with my life. It doesn't, I try to not let it affect me. And I was diagnosed with panic and anxiety, and obsessive thinking. So I think constantly about terrible things. So I'm trying to get past that. But yeah, that's exactly what I needed to hear, is just to kind of get over it, and who cares?
Yeah, no big deal. You did stuff years ago. You had, that you learned from. I wouldn't feel bad about it. No, there's no shame in it.
Thanks so much, Jim. I love you so much, and I love your show.
Oh, thank you, Sarah. I appreciate it, and I wish I met you back then. All right, take care.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. Mike in Chicago, dating a young lady with a gift. What's up, Mike?
Hello, Jim. Love your show, man. Love you. You are the real deal, my friend.
Thank you, man.
And I didn't realize that you've been with transsexuals.
Really? Is this the first time you're hearing me?
Well, no. I listen to you. I'm joking. I listen to you when it's just you. I don't listen to you when you're with anybody else, because it's convoluted. Okay. Anywho, divorced about 7 years, and about 3 years ago, I got into transsexuals. It's not about the dick. It's because they enjoy being women. They carry themselves better than most women I know. Okay. They take pride in their appearance. They're ultra feminine.
Do you like pre or post-op girls?
You mean with the dick, but with tits?
Yeah.
I've only been with pre-op.
Okay.
Anyhow, there's this beautiful.
It doesn't really matter. I was honestly just curious.
I don't. There's this girl who wants me to marry her.
How long you dated her?
Well, I haven't really dated her. I've been with her about 3 times.
She a prostitute?
Yes, she is, sir.
Okay. So
she wants the green card.
Now, I understand how good and how hard it is.
Oh, I don't trust her as far as I could toss her.
Then why would you even consider it?
I don't know.
Was she good in bed?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
But
that's
I don't
one
see
you
her.
should
No, I don't plan on having her stick around. It's weird. It's a weird juxtaposition, if you will. I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you this. First of all, it's illegal to do that. And here's what you have to consider. If this was a girl you really liked and you've been dating and you wanted to help her out, well, that's one thing. But if she's a prostitute, it doesn't matter if she's transgender or she's a woman, that's irrelevant. It's the fact that this is someone who is illegal. Again, I don't think it should be illegal, but you don't know what else her life is like. You don't know who else she's involved with. Is she working with a pimp? Is she there's so many things you don't know, and that's the chance we take with every prostitute. Is this person involved with a criminal element besides just this act, or so you don't know what you're getting yourself into? Is the point I'm making?
Well, no, Jim. What I do know is that she does a lot of modeling. In fact, she's one of the top 10 hottest transsexuals. When I Googled her.
Okay.
Women who used to be men. She's like number 4 or 5. With that being said, I mean, that doesn't matter. You're right. I don't know what I'm thinking. So, yeah. I don't know. No, forget it.
I think sometimes we think these crazy things, but and also, dude, someone who's out prostituting is like they're gonna. There's a disease factor. There's all this stuff. Like you don't know how careful this person is, and how much respect would she treat you with if she's only doing it for a green card. And I would stay away from that, dude. Especially if it was a prostitute and you really liked her, fine. Cool. If it was a, transgender regular girl, but it doesn't, the point is, you can't do it with somebody you fucked 3 times. It's just, A, it's illegal, and B, you're going to get in trouble for that. And you're also going to wreck your life.
There's no love on either end.
Yeah, so. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because she's going to haul you into court and demand half your shit. Let it go. All right?
Forget it. All right, brother. Thanks.
Bye, buddy. Hey, Tim in Minnesota. Yeah, your anniversary being sober. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Jim. How you doing?
How are you?
I'm good. I wanted to call and thank you. I emailed you well over a year ago, and I asked for some advice, and you gave it to me, and I took it, and now I've been sober a year today. So.
Oh, cool, man. Good.
Thank you very much. It wasn't an easy road, but I got there, and it was awesome. So, again, thank you.
You're welcome, man. But, I just, in all honesty, and I don't say this in mock humility or false humility, but I really did just probably tell you stuff that I've been told. And it's like just passing along a message is just, it's kind of something that as people who are sober, you're obligated to do that, to pass a message to the next person if they ask. But thank you for saying that, but I'm happy for you that you did it.
Well, thank you so much, and I'm a big fan of you and Opie, and keep it up, and I'm going to hopefully see you here. I think in September you're coming.
Where's that? Oh, yes, I am. So, yeah, come out and see me and pass the message along to someone else, whatever it did for you, okay?
Awesome. Thanks, Jim. Take care.
All right, buddy. Be good. Josh in New York. It's always good to Josh around. I'm fucking killing. What's up, Josh?
Sure are, Chip. Hey,
What's going on?
I've got a pattern of self-destructive behavior, and it's kind of centered around, like, relationships with women.
Sure.
I got out of a long-term relationship a couple of years ago, and I can drink and hang out with my friends and do stuff, stupid shit, and kind of keep it under control. But when women seem to come into the situation, I take it too far. And, I don't want to be with the girl that I was with before. And I had another long-term relationship before that. I don't want to be with her either. But, man, I almost killed myself driving an ATV. I got really drunk and really high and rode the ATV and hit a couple trees, and it's a miracle that I am alive, and I actually walked away from it. I flew right between both trees and landed safely, but I'm kind of afraid that I'm not going to take that unbelievable miracle and not let it happen again.
Yeah, I mean, the self-destructive patterns are very, very hard to break. Sometimes it's because we have low self-esteem and we want to hurt ourselves deep down. Other times we're thrill seekers. What is it you get out of acting that way?
I've never thought about the self-esteem thing. I'm a thrill seeker as it is, and I'm good at it. I can, when I'm sound of mind and everything, I can do some pretty cool shit with my off-roading stuff. But I don't know. I don't feel like I do okay with relationships. I've been laid plenty of times, but I think if I look at myself and judge my relationships, I don't think I'm performing as well as I could. I'm a little overweight, but man, my life is fucking amazing. Other than that, I've got a great job. I just changed jobs, and I just everything. I've got all my shit squared away, and it's the relationship piece, the stable relationship with a girl that isn't fucking crazy. Yeah, the girl that I was with threatened to kill herself a couple times, and she was a fucking psycho cunt. And her mother was too.
Is she okay now? Is she straightened out?
I hate her. I mean, she's fine. She's with another guy. She's got knocked up. She lied about using birth control. We separated and then got back together, and she lied about being on birth control. Tried to get me to knock her up. And
so basically, you're lucky to be away from her.
I think my self-esteem issue prevented me that, and she gave incredible head.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Kept me with her. It just clouded my judgment.
I wouldn't worry about it, buddy. If you said you're a little overweight, so if you want to break one self-destructive pattern, look up diets. I've been promoting Whole30. I have no financial interest in doing so, but they've actually been very good to me. Like the hotel, I mean, not them, but the actual diet. And then you start working out, lose some weight. Take a negative thing you do and then put a positive thing in its place, as Mother once said to me, and it really does work, okay?
Cool, man.
I got 2 minutes, man. I got to run. Thank you so much.
Home run, Chipper.
All right. Be good, cocksucker. One more. Andy in Illinois. You want your wife to start eating your ass?
Yeah. What's up, Jimmy?
Hey, buddy. Do you have a hairy ass?
Not really. I mean, if it is, it's blonde. It's blonde hair, so it's not
Yeah,
that
but you can
bad.
feel that on her mouth. Have you ever asked her to eat your ass?
Yeah, actually, I want to eat her ass more than I want her to eat my ass.
Oh, okay. You want to start eating her ass?
Yeah.
Here's what you do. Have you tried it and she shooed you away?
Yeah, kind of.
Here's what you do. Like, kiss her back of her legs, tease the lips a little bit from the back. This has worked for me. Like, you kiss the thighs, you rub the thighs, you play with her pussy from the back. Maybe you lick the pussy a little from the back, or you tease it like you lick right by it. Kiss the cheeks. Do that, like, kind of play around the area. Don't dive right in there. Don't just open the ass and then go like, play with it. Sneak in there. The next thing you know, you're eating her ass, but you got to dib and dab your tongue around there, but slowly work your way and sneak in like a burglar, okay?
Jimmy, you are the fucking man. Thank you.
Good luck, buddy. All right, guys.
I love you, buddy.
Thank you, pal. Good luck with that ass eating. All right, guys, I got to wrap up. We are out of time, but thank you all, and I apologize to the people still on the lines. I'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening to The Jim Norton Show. Hear all that advice whenever you want to on demand at SiriusXM.com/on-demand. On SiriusXM is real.